Welcome back to Galactic Basics. I'm your host, Master Skywalker. He's your host, Tony Two Sabers.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
What up? What
we
up? What up?
we got a pretty good episode tonight. I mean, it ain't gonna be that good, but you know, um, I almost started doing the voice. We got something a little special for you tonight. One of the topics here, well, a couple of topics tonight. We're gonna talk about a pretty famous action star that almost played Han Solo.
hmm
Um,
hmm
we're gonna touch on the other guys that tried for the role, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we got what else? I'm losing my mind here. Hold on. Um, what's up, Melissa? How you doing? Thank you for
Don't lose your
joining
mind,
us.
man.
Yeah, losing my side, losing my. Who's that? Papa Roach. Um, yeah, so we got that. We're gonna talk a little bit about Star Wars video games. If you guys haven't tuned in to uh, Mr. Two Sabers and his
Ooh,
Twitch
you're
channel,
you're you're going like in and out, brother.
are you kidding me? What about now? Now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Okay.
You're just going. We were just going in and out before, but we're good. We should be good, hopefully.
Yeah, we still got glitches going on here. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get these fixed, and we're gonna be good to go soon. But we got
hmm
we're gonna talk Star Wars video gaming. If you guys haven't tuned into to this guy's Twitch channel, it's pretty dope. He's been playing Fallen Order, um, and like my
Trying to
girl
get through
says,
it. Trying to get through it.
if Jedi were from Brooklyn, that's what you would get. Just watch him, and it's
Right. Just a frustrated gamer. That's what you would see.
mhm.
Trying to be good at gaming, but really bad.
Yeah, she was laughing because you're a lot like me. You talk to the game while you're playing the game, and when you're whooping ass, you're letting people know that you're whooping their ass. You're reminding them politely.
Right. Right. You talk shit when you're doing bad, and you talk shit when you're doing good, or well,
Yeah,
rather.
absolutely. That's the
You
way to
gotta
do
do.
it, man. You got to be
Keeps
in
it
the
fun.
game. Um,
Right.
yeah,
You gotta. And those games are very immersive.
yeah, it is. It's playing a movie basically. You're part of a movie, and
Yeah.
that's something we're gonna touch on that tonight because certain Star Wars video games really really put you in that kind of cinematic type feeling. I don't know how you would word that,
hmm
but it makes you feel like you're basically playing your own Star Wars movie.
It sucks you in,
Um, and yeah, it does. Pause. And
especially when they get it right.
yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing too. Some of them don't. We're going to talk about that. Some of them don't. Also, though, we're going to talk about. I guess there's a new Star Wars movie coming from Kevin. I don't know how to say his name. Feige. Feige.
And
I guess he
Feige.
direct. He did something. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with his work. They said that he worked in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, he's
Um,
like the head of the Marvel um, movie cinematic. I guess the cinematic universe. He's like the head of it.
well, that's
I
interesting.
believe. I could be wrong.
So, is it? And the writer, I guess, wrote something along the lines of like low key or something like that. Or
Okay.
uh, let me see here.
Well, I know Loki has a TV show. Well, not a TV show. It's going to be a show on Disney Plus. So maybe that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. So let's look. Let's look
MCU
at this one.
creator, Melissa says.
Oh, okay.
I like to think that I like to think John Favreau is the creator because he kind of put them on the map.
I feel
But
like
it all
John Favreau
but it all
is
started with Blade.
yeah. I feel like John Favreau is brought in to kind of fix everybody else's screw ups, which is
Yeah,
let me fix
and
this
you
real
know
quick.
what? And he does. He's like duct tape. So he is the I guess he's the what you would call like a showrunner for the MCU, but I wonder if he's directing the new Star. Is he directing the new Star Wars movie, or was he just like in charge of it, kind of like he is with the MCU?
Uh, he's directing it, I guess, and
Huh.
one of the writers, Michael Wimbald, is my
Listen,
green
50
screen even
50
worse
bucks.
now.
You can go change your name from Winbald.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Kevin took over, helped blend it all. He is the overseer. He is the overseer. That sounds like a villain in itself. The overseer. I'm sure there's a comic book character called the overseer. There
right.
has to be.
Yeah,
You've got the best green screen action going on right now. Love
bro,
it.
I'm a little disappointed right now. It's like what the hell's going on?
Just leave it blank.
Yeah, let me flip this back on.
Yeah, but like you said, John Favreau comes in to fix everything. He does it. He's the duct tape of Hollywood. Not a big fan of Iron Man 2, which he directed as well, but it is what it is.
To be honest,
so
man,
let's
I don't like superhero movies very much. It's just not my thing. I was a fan of.
That's all Star Wars is, though.
Ooh, watch your tongue, bro.
I mean,
show for that.
it really is. It really is. I mean, I don't want to get cussed out or nothing like that, but it kind of is. Jedi are just superheroes, and superheroes are just Jedi.
No, wrong.
Melissa says she loves your accent. I don't know if she's talking to me or you. I'm not sure.
She's talking.
What up, Ruby?
Talking to you. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Hey yo.
We both have a little bit of an accent. I try. Like, for example, I had to do an interview because I'm getting into school, and
yep.
And it's a very like only 5% of the applicants make it in. I made it in, by the way. So.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you. And halfway through, the guy was like, "Did you do anything what'd you do to prepare for this interview?" And I was like, that was a question I wasn't expecting. That's not something you usually get in an interview. And he was cool. And I was like, to be honest, man, I worked on my professional accent and basically put on clothes, and I became a different person, to be honest with you. And he's like, yeah, I know, I could tell. That's why I asked. He's like, you can't hide it that well.
You were faking.
Yeah, because you veer off sometimes. But
absolutely.
So yeah, the first topic we're going to talk about is back in 75 or 6, when George Lucas was casting Star Wars. We almost got a bunch of different actors that could have played Han Solo. Almost, maybe almost played Han Solo. I know the one that got closest, which I actually wouldn't have minded. I mean, let's be honest though, Harrison Ford is our guy. That's Han Solo to me. He's not even Harrison Ford to me anymore. If we're just keeping it a buck, like, no, not Indiana Jones.
Well, I was gonna say he's been two iconic characters, because Indiana Jones, I'm not saying it's on the level of Han Solo, but it is an iconic character, and he was the lead as well. He was the main character.
Yeah, well, character-wise, as far as, Indy had more of an arc to his character, if you will.
Yeah.
I think we all know the story about how Han Solo suggested that George Lucas kill Han Solo. I called him Han Solo. Harrison Ford suggested that George Lucas kill Han Solo off in Return of the Jedi. And George Lucas's answer was, dead characters don't sell action figures. So,
well, I mean, fair point.
I guess he wanted him to have like a heroic death or whatever. I personally like the ending of Return of the Jedi. I think it was cool that they left us wondering if Han Solo was gonna live in Empire. And then we got him back. I think, especially George knowing what he was going to do with episode 3, I think he knew that we probably needed a fully happy ending for Return of the Jedi, because episode 3 was sad. Speaking of episode 3, our country is in the state that episode 3 was in when, all their political stuff happened. So take that how you want it. But
civil unrest.
Yeah, hey, what up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Yeah, I did hear Jeremy Bulloch did die. He was an older guy. He was the first actor to play Boba Fett. Rest in peace, Jeremy Bulloch. But you know what? We still got Tim Morrison, and he's going to be crushing it in the book of Boba Fett. We'll talk about that a little bit today. But yeah, so one of the actors that almost made it to play Han Solo was Kurt Russell. And if we didn't get Harrison Ford, I think that's the next best.
He would have nailed it.
Yeah. I think Jack Burton and Han Solo, there's a lot of parallels there.
Absolutely. I wonder if he made his character Jack Burton based off of Indiana Jones. Excuse me. See, that's what I call him. Han Solo.
Yeah, so what I do know, and if you guys don't know who Jack Burton is, I suggest you up your 80s movie IQ, because that is a classic. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it.
He says it in the movie. He says, "It's me, Jack Burton."
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. He so I get the Carpenter made that movie, right?
Yep, John Carpenter.
Yeah, it was a John Carpenter movie. He basically, that movie script started out as a Western where, the dude gets his horse stolen instead of his truck. So there's, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. As far as modeling his character after Han Solo. Han Solo's that cowboy in Star Wars. Let's keep it real. So
yeah, he is.
That was one of the guys that almost played Han Solo. And I wouldn't have minded it. I was actually hoping that later on, nerd moment again, that he would, they would eventually do like a Shadows of the Empire movie. And I think you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Shadows of the Empire came out around the time the special edition came out in 1997. It was a book and a comic series that takes place in between Empire and Jedi. So that year in between them, there's a guy that grew up with Han Solo, goes by the name of Dash Rendar. I think they could have made a dope movie about him and that story, and Kurt Russell could have nailed that. But you guys did Fifth Element the other day on the Extreme Show. By the way, if you don't tune into the Extreme Show, you need to. It's dope. They covered Fifth Element the other day, and I love Fifth Element. I absolutely love that movie.
Great movie.
A lot of Star Wars influence in it.
Yeah, it gets better every time I see it because it's one of those films where you see new things.
Yes. Can I tell you?
I enjoyed it.
My favorite scene in that movie was when he's getting Chinese food or Thai food. And the dude's got that futuristic flying Thai boat.
Yeah,
I saw that was so dope.
You know what's the, like, when you say it's like Star Wars, it's kind of like that right there in that part, because in Star Wars, you feel like they're in the past because everything is like dirty and gritty and stuff like that. But then a freaking a spaceship will fly by, So there's technology around. So like that was like the same thing. It was a busted old ship, but it was flying. It was just in the air, hovering outside of his apartment. Which when I saw that movie, I said I would love for this to happen in real life.
Yeah,
have a sushi chef just come right out my window and just start chopping stuff up. I would love that.
Giving you life advice, while he's at it. And that guy's been in quite a few. I don't know that guy's name, but he's been in quite a few movies. Lethal Weapon 4 being one of them.
He was in Golden Child too.
Yeah, Golden Child.
We figured that out on the show. We were trying to place him.
Yeah, I saw that. But that my reference to Fifth Element was I always thought that Bruce Willis could carry a scoundrel type in Star Wars as well. But he didn't try out for the role of Han Solo. The other guy, we're gonna get to our main star here, which I thought was hilarious. But there was also Al Pacino, which I just can't see.
Nah, I'm all set.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
I'm not this might be taboo, but I'm not a big Al Pacino fan.
Oh, I had to do that
not.
Sopranos.
Yeah, right.
That's all good. I'm
Hoo-ah!
Hoo-ah, yeah. I'm not a huge De Niro fan, to be honest. So it's
Yeah. They're both kind of one note to me.
Yeah, they're one dimensional. Very, very.
They're good. They're good at what they do, but I just get tired of it after a while.
Yeah, they're very like I would say both of them are kind of a glorified phase on love. You know
what? Where did Face on Love come from?
Because he plays the same character in every
funny
movie.
Guy.
The fat dude that played Big Worm on Friday.
Yeah.
He's the same character in every movie.
But I don't know. I would compare them more to like a Bokeem Woodbine, what's the dude that was in 8 Mile?
8 Mile?
Yeah, with the dreads. What the heck is his name? I always reference
Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah, Mekhi Phifer is the same person and everything.
Yeah. He actually did really. I actually liked. I think 8 Mile was one of his more suitable roles. I liked. He carried on the torch of Deshaun Big Proof Holton. Rest in peace.
But that's the thing. He was mimicking somebody else.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing about Pacino. I think he's less one-dimensional than Robert De Niro is. I think he's more two-dimensional, maybe, because Al Pacino, his resume is a lot more diverse, if you will.
Pacino?
Yeah.
Has he done any comedies?
Yeah, some that bad one.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
The one with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Geely?
Yeah. That was terrible.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was Geely, right?
Yeah. He did that.
That doesn't count. I don't even remember him.
I think Godfather's definitely one of my favorite film series of all time. He nailed that role.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did very well as you know what the other one that doesn't get talked about a lot is The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, but he was Pacino. He was Pacino in that one.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying it was so perfect because I remember my grandmother kind of giving me a backhand when I was a kid. I was like, yo, if the devil's anything like Al Pacino, I'm screwed because I'll be hanging with him. You know what I mean? And shit like that. So,
but then speaking of that movie, Keanu Reeves, he's one note also.
Yeah, very. You know what scares me, John? Like, yeah, that guy's very. Yeah, and then you get that. What's that new character? The John.
John Wick.
Yeah, it's there's no acting in it. It's just very monotone. It's
just fighting, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Somebody smart thought of that though. They said, you know what? We're not gonna have him talk too much. We're just gonna have him whip ass, and that's it. And there's been 3.
Yeah,
it's working.
So here's another one that might throw you for a loop. Another guy that tried for the role of Han Solo was none other than Christopher Walken.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Him. Luke, you got it. If I'm gonna get you to Alderaan, I can't do a good. Yeah.
that's my limit, I think.
Yeah, I can't do a good.
I know.
I'm good at impersonations, but not Christopher Walken. And what's crazy is
that's not how the Force works.
That was good, actually. That was actually very good. Dude, you gotta when we're done, listen back to this. You sounded just like him right there, whether it be on accident or not. But I think you're on to something.
Okay,
so
I gotta workshop that one.
Yeah, it's in the body language too. I think his shoulder rolls and all his body that he throws into it really helps his vocal performance.
Yeah. That's part of the imitation when you when you do it, you got to put your body into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like his body goes to every syllable.
Yeah.
It jumps.
Very much. Yeah, and those guys, you know, they're all good actors. But we got Harrison Ford. But finally, and I think there were a few more, but here's where we're gonna get crazy. And I always thought,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I was gonna ask a question, but I don't want to blow I don't want to spoil it. Go ahead, because it's a question about this guy. So go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna preface this with when I heard this, I always tried to do impersonations as him as Han Solo, you know, and I'm not that good at this guy. He's very. It would have been hilarious though. It's just, as much as I like him, because I do. I mean, he's one of us. You know, he's an Italian, so I gotta represent for him, and I'm gonna let you introduce him. Go ahead now. Ask your question.
Well, my question has to do with who it is. So I don't know if you want to say who it is first.
Go ahead, ask it, and that'll be the review.
Hey, yo, Adrian. Slide.
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone. Yep. So my question was, this is after Rocky, right? Because that Rocky was his first film, besides the porno.
I think Rocky came out right around the same. Rocky came out in '77, right?
I believe so. And that's when Star Wars came out.
So he was basically looking for roles. Like we'll talk about this later, but the story of how he got Rocky made is actually a really good story.
Oh yeah, he struggled to get that made.
Yeah, and he fought hard. But so was that your question? Was it before? Or after Star Wars?
If it was after Rocky.
Yeah, I think this was in the process of him trying to get Rocky made. But
yeah.
I always thought it was funny, and you know, what would it be like? Well, turns out we have a surprise for you people. It's we have.
You don't have to wonder.
Yeah, not anymore. We have Sly.
Over.
We have Sly as Han Solo, and I want to send a big thank you to my man Paulie Walnuts, who did the voiceover work. This guy's amazing with voices. He's going to come on the show eventually. He's actually going to be a part of it. So here we go. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Sylvester Stallone as Han Solo, a.k.a. Sly Solo.
This is his audition tape.
Yes.
Hey, you know, I don't know about you, kid, you know, but, you know, Hokey religions and, you know, those ancient weapons are no match for a good old blaster by my side, kid. You know, I've been telling Apollo this. I mean, not Apollo, sorry. I've been telling Chewie this, you know, for a while there, you know. I mean, Apollo.
That's amazing.
Oh, man.
See, that's why he didn't get the part. He was mixing up movies.
Yeah.
Damn.
Honestly, man,
you couldn't get the script right.
Uncanny. It's
so good.
Paulie, man, if you're watching, thank you so much for that. That was dope. And guess what, folks? I got more. We're going to be playing them on future episodes. That's Sylvester Stallone as Han Solo, ladies and gentlemen. So
you got to have him do a stinger for the show.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. He did I'll send this one to you later via text, but he basically did the opening narration to Gladiator. It was so on point, man.
Oh, really?
He called me one day, and he a woman is on the other end of the phone, right? And she's asking to speak to me, and I'm like, yo, who is this? So my heart starts racing because I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, did he like get in an accident and they're at the hospital trying to reach somebody out, you know, reach somebody that's close to him, a family member or whatnot. So I'm like, yo, who is this? And you know, this is Donna, and is this Donnie, and blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, who? And it was him. Sounded just like a chick. And it's crazy because he's got a deep voice. I don't know how he pulls it out. It's
he's got skills.
That's man. Well, the funny thing about this guy, so Paulie, he used to call into like ESPN radio and basically school them on sports. And they got tired of it, so they banned him from calling. Because what would happen is, they would argue with him, and then he would just insult them and murk them, and the fans loved it. So what he started doing when they banned him was calling in as other people, and then revealing at the end that it was him just to troll. So yeah, Melissa says I need to hear more of that Sly stuff. I laugh so hard. Yeah, trust me, all night.
Hear more of that Sly.
Yeah, we got more. Keep tuning in though. Hey, and if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please do. Galactic Basics on YouTube. Now, there is another channel that saw this channel go up and then tried to name their show Galactic Basics. But guess who owns the name? Us. Yeah, and they're a couple of boring nerds who like made their own little Dungeons and Dragons Star Wars game. I don't know, whatever.
That's all right, man. They need love too.
Yeah, hey, all good, man. Just don't take my name. It's
right.
I chose this name for a reason. But yeah, so Sylvester Stallone, that would have been an interesting Han Solo character.
Now would that have made him Indiana Jones? Who knows, right?
Ooh. Wow.
Right?
What? Yeah, I mean, who knows? But then you're also dealing with Spielberg there, so it's up to him as well. But
yeah, but who knows? Who knows?
Could he? I don't know. I don't really see him pulling off a believable Han Solo. He did okay as John Spartan in Demolition Man, but that's a different character.
Yeah, I mean he actually turned out to be a decent actor. Obviously he's been around for a long time. I mean, those other actors that we mentioned have been around for a long time too, but I don't think Sly is one note. His speech is one note because that's just the way he talks.
Yeah.
Just like Arnold. And even Arnold's not one note either.
No.
Because he's done comedies, he's done dramas, he's done action films.
Put that cookie down now. Yeah. That's my jam on Christmas.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Kindergarten Cop, right? Yeah. Yep. No, I love Sylvester Stallone's work. Not all of it, obviously. I mean, there were some things that just were unnecessary. But I mean, come on, the Rocky series.
No, come on, they're all
and
great.
then genius
Stop
of him.
on my mom will shoot. That was great.
You know what? People hate that movie. I actually thought it was funny.
It wasn't bad.
Estelle Getty is hilarious.
Getty, man, for the win.
And I was actually disappointed to find out she wasn't Italian. Like, I was hurt. You know what I mean?
Really?
She's Jewish, which is all good. But
Yeah.
I thought she was one of ours. So I was a little disappointed. But she pulled off a great Italian mother. Sly is always Sly. Did you see him in Guardians? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, he was in it.
Oh, okay.
He was.
The
he
first
was,
one?
I think he was in the second one.
Oh, okay. See, I tried watching the first one.
He may have been at the end of the first one. He was in the second one. Yep, second one. It was when Yondu died.
You know who's one-dimensional is Vin Diesel. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, that guy lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
That's it, man. That's it.
I did like A Man Apart.
I love that movie.
That was a very sad.
I love that movie. Oh my god!
Even when he was sad, he was still Vin Diesel.
Lorenz Tate for the win, man.
So underrated as an actor. So underrated.
So underrated. He's so good.
I met a girl that dated him in high school, apparently. I don't know if she was telling the truth. But, in California, that's all we do is see celebrities out here. So, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, Sylvester Stallone is definitely... I mean, I think the genius of him kind of goes unrecognized because look at it this way, man. Like, he tried with Rocky Balboa to kind of I don't want to say reboot, but kind of
Balboa, you talking about?
Yeah, he came out with Rocky Balboa to kind of bring back the Rocky series a little bit, but it didn't really work.
It was just called Balboa.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, whatever.
And it was
really
good.
Work.
It was good, by the way.
Yeah, it was good, but it didn't work for audiences, and it didn't sell that much. So he made this genius move of making it that Apollo Creed had an illegitimate son. Mm-hmm. And we got the Creed movies, which are actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're just Rocky movies.
Yeah, they're Rocky movies with a younger kid.
Star Wars Episode 7. That's all it is.
I wouldn't diss them.
Using the same template.
I'm gonna say don't diss them, bro. Like it's like they're not that bad. But
no, they were good. No, I like them. I like Creed. To me, the only bad Rocky was Rocky 5.
Yeah.
All the rest of them, I'll watch at any point in my day.
Yeah. That's part of kindergarten when you're Italian. You got to watch Rocky.
Oh, is it? You got to watch Rocky.
Yeah. You watch Rocky in kindergarten class, and then you watch Goodfellas in Sunday school.
Mine is watching nothing because there are like no Puerto Rican films.
Is it Carlito's Way?
No, I don't think that is either. I think it's Cuban, yeah.
Yeah. Well, damn.
We got nobody.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I know this is a Star Wars show, but I got to bring this one up. You know what was a good movie? Probably pretty unrealistic. And shout out to John Leguizamo, I liked Empire. Not the show, the movie. Mm-hmm. Did you see it?
I think I saw it once, but I don't remember it.
That's all about Puerto Ricans except for Tretch from Naughty by Nature was in there, and everybody else was Puerto Rican. I actually like that movie.
I think he's half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. John Leguizamo. He's an underrated actor too. I like him.
He was in The Mandalorian season 2.
I know. Played his voice.
Yeah, played it. Well, no, he was in the suit.
Oh, was he? Did he have the dots on his face? I guess.
It was a rubber suit.
But he had mocap going on.
Did he?
He had to have been. It wasn't like a puppet.
I thought they made it out to be one in the making. I watched the making of The Mandalorian like last week.
Nerd.
Season 2. Yeah, of course. Come on now.
All right. So what else are we getting into here?
So this movie by Kevin Feige or Fiji or whatever his name is.
Uh-huh.
My question to you is a feature film. We talked last week, we were talking about how they're basically going to the Disney Plus route with everything. Yeah. Uh-huh. For a feature film, what direction do you think they should go to actually attract that audience? You got 2 hours, maybe 2.5. Where do you go with that? I have some ideas as well, but
your ideas will be better than mine. I think they should kind of keep that Mandalorian route going. Not the story per se, but just the aesthetic of it, trying kind of keeping the Jedis out of it and make like a whole nother world, but in the Star Wars universe.
So you think to keep Jedi out?
I mean, in the Mandalorian, we saw one Jedi, right? We saw Ahsoka, I believe. They kind of stuffed her in there so that they can get everybody's juices going for the Ahsoka show. But and the Mandalorian was off the chain. It was great. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And I think the main reason was because, and don't get me wrong, I like a Jedi or two, but I was fine not having them in there. Too many rules and stuff with Jedi, even though Mandalorians have rules too, but there's just too many rules with the Jedi that let's see, not non-Skywalker, sick of how they ruined that arc with Rey. Yeah, I agree. But yeah,
so I agree and disagree because here's my thing with that. I mean, if you're careful with it, I think you can do it. Yeah, and that is a good point, Melissa. They did ruin the Skywalker arc. I don't feel that the sequels were even about the Skywalkers. They're supposed to be, but they weren't. But here's the thing, though. Like, you can go the non-Jedi route, but you can also take the route. It's a tough call, man. Like, I love seeing Jedi, so that's just me. I think, like, for example, in the Clone Wars, there was a Asajj Ventress arc where it basically covers her life as a bounty hunter. Now, a bounty hunter with force powers and 2 lightsabers, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like her.
I would actually, for example, if it was to be about Jedi, which I actually think would probably be pretty smart, make it about an unknown Jedi during the time of like Order 66, the Jedi Purge, and how he escapes, or him on the run type deal, and maybe have the end of the movie be a climactic battle against Darth Vader, which the Jedi loses, because people dying at the end of the movie kind of throws people for a loop.
Yeah.
So, but if they don't, I would honestly like to see a not so much the Mandalorian, but like a smuggler movie, like a kind of like they did with Han Solo.
With Solo, yeah.
And this time actually have him smuggle
like a heist
spice.
film.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time actually have him.
You mean what he was supposed to be smuggling in Solo?
Exactly. A kind of Han Solo-esque character. I mean, honestly, they could make another Solo movie and I wouldn't be mad. To me, that's the best one they've got so far. So,
who would be Solo?
I mean, this
Sylvester Stallone. Bring him back.
The same dude, right? Like, wouldn't he? What's his name? Alden Ehrenreich. I don't think he did a bad job. I'm actually kind of excited to see this Lando series they got coming. So
who's playing Lando? Do we know yet?
Childish Gambino.
Is he going to be Lando?
Yep.
Get out of here.
He has a very long...
He has a contract with them, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's a very long...
Okay.
Because they expected the Solo movie to do better, and it was going to be a trilogy. So, which they projected there would be a Lando spin-offs, series of movies from. And now they're getting... Like we said, they're going the TV route, and maybe, I don't know. But... the Marvel Cinematic Universe better than me. A guy that I don't know if you know anything about the Loki series or what it's going to be about. They got they tapped that writer for it. So what route do they take with
I saw the some of the trailers for the movie. I mean for the show. It looks really good. I can't speak on the writing though because you have to watch the movie. You have to watch the show to speak on the writing.
Right.
But it seems like they're putting a lot of money into all these productions, all these TV, all these shows. They call them TV shows anymore, but they're just shows now. Yeah. So it looks really good. And they all look like mini movies.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy because you know George Lucas had before he sold to Disney, he had a series he was coming out with called Star Wars Underworld, and it was basically what the title says, the underworld of Star Wars, the criminal element. We were going to get a lot of Boba Fett. It was supposed to take place between episodes 3 and 4, so you have a 20-year gap, and it was basically going to be like The Sopranos meets Star Wars, at a time where you're transitioning from a republic to totalitarian dictatorship, and how that affected the criminal world and how they basically thrived off of that. The problem was at the time, though, the reason it never came out, and I guess they had over 150 scripts for it. Apparently, Kevin Smith was one of the writers, which is interesting.
Damn.
But huge Star Wars fan, by the way, too. So I don't know. Maybe he
way too many scripts to get through.
Yeah, and they basically had it.
Who?
The Lucasfilm basically had a series lined up with all the scripts, 150 episodes worth of scripts. But the problem was they didn't have the technology to do it. George Lucas didn't want to half-ass it. So now what you see, if you know how they made
coming
the
in choppy again, buddy.
Yeah, we'll fix it. Let me see. How's that? No.
All right, you're back now. Yeah,
Okay.
That's better. It's all right.
If you
we're on a
see
little
how
delay, but we're good.
If you see how they make the Mandalorian, they do have the technology now, because they have a full-on, I don't know if it's projection work or they just got big old screens or whatever.
Yeah, it's really cool though.
Yeah, it's a virtual reality set, basically, right? So now they can do it, and like you said, they got them looking like movies.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
But yeah, my question was since you know the MCU. You say not Jedi, but don't you think, you were basically saying Star Wars is superhero? The Jedis are superheroes, right? My theory is that's why they're bringing him in. It probably, it could be a Jedi.
Yeah, probably.
So
they want to create another. They want to create that same universe over there, the Star Wars world.
Melissa,
you want to kind of bring that magic over there.
Yeah. It would be a cool Vader story from the Marvel comics, the creation of his red lightsaber. It'd be hella sick. Yeah, I actually have a lot of those Vader comics, and they were pretty good. I think they're going to be really careful with how much they use Vader, though. That's one of their lifelines.
Yeah.
A Caleb Dune story, maybe. What do? They tap Freddie Prinze to come back, or they get a whole new actor? Who would you get to play him, Melissa? Yeah, I don't know. It could be anything, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. It's got to be big if they're going to cinemas with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be on Disney Plus for a price.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with COVID and everything. But
Yep.
So my next thing is, I told you earlier, and knowing you probably didn't even think about it. But top 3 games, do you have them?
Huh?
Star Wars games.
Top 3 games. All right. Star Wars. I like Force Unleashed.
Oh.
Really no particular order. I've always you had that one at the ready.
Yep.
So, and another one that I liked, and I like them all, but don't judge me. The Lego games.
Oh, okay.
I really like those. It was something I could play with my boys when they were younger. It's just a good time. And I do like the one I'm playing now, the Fallen Order.
Yes.
And I like it even more now because was it last night that I was playing? I think 2 nights ago. Forrest Whitaker popped up.
Yep.
I was like, hey, it's Forrest Whitaker. As soon as I heard his name, I was like, as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, well, hold on. And then he got closer. He had lazy eye and everything. I was like, Forrest Whitaker in the house, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
He had lazy eye and everything. Yeah, he sure did, man.
Lazy eye, man. He had the stroke eye.
Yep. Yeah, I really like that game. It's fun to play.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I played the
fun.
Vader game last night.
I watched that a little bit. Again,
did you see did you see I was stuck?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, so I couldn't comment because I'm a little restricted right now on Facebook.
You're in jail. Gotta stop talking shit to people.
I had to stop watching though because I still haven't played it in full yet, and I'm gonna buy an Oculus.
Oh, no.
I played on somebody else's Oculus.
I didn't get far, dude, because I didn't realize you need a certain amount of space. So I didn't make it past the ship. I put the ship into warp drive, into hyperspace.
I was gonna say, ooh.
and then the I don't know. Then the alien or the robot tells me, go in the back and see what loot we have. I couldn't go into the back because I got a wall right there, so I couldn't.
Oh man,
I couldn't do anything. I was like, well, I guess I'll play this another day. I'm gonna have to move the coffee table so I can get to the back and check the loot.
That Oculus, that thing's amazing. I mean,
it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Like I was telling you, man, it's even the things like if you really look at like the Vader game, if I was just playing that on a TV with a regular controller, it probably wouldn't be that fun. But the fact that you're able to push buttons,
it would actually be corny if you were in VR.
Yeah, but exactly because you're not doing much really. But when you're in the VR and you're touching stuff, the funny thing is the guy that has it who was here, he is like a brother basically, but he came for Christmas, brought it over, and he was literally trying to walk me through it. He's watching on the screen while I'm in the VR, and he's trying to walk me through it. And before he even got the words out, the droid says, "All right, yeah, punch it into hyperdrive." Before he could even start talking, I start flipping up switches, boom, and then pull that lever back. He's like, "How did you know to do that?" I was like, "Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. Like, you ain't seen enough Star Wars in your life." Melissa says, "I miss the old TIE Fighter Star Wars games for Windows 97 with the joystick." Yes, TIE Fighter and X-Wing, they were amazing games. I really like those for the 90s.
Although Squadrons isn't bad, Melissa. Try that one out.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard much about that.
Squadrons is good. It's just that you have to kind of, because you're in space, you don't know which way is up sometimes. Yeah, because like you're just flying willy nilly. So that's the only thing, a little confused sometimes. But it's a good game.
Yeah, is it basically another Rogue Squadron?
Yeah, I guess. Game? Yeah. Yeah, you're just flying and shooting stuff. So you can be the bad guy. Like if you do the campaign, you are the good guys and the bad guys. So you go back and forth. Not your character, but you play a character from the rebellion or whatever. You play somebody from somewhere else where you have to fight. Like you're playing good guys and bad guys throughout the campaign. That's nice. What it seems like.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So your top 3 were The Force Unleashed. You like Fallen Order. And was Vader Immortal the other one?
No, Lego ones. I'll take any of the Lego ones.
Oh, the Lego. Yeah, that's right, Lego. Yeah. Which is cool. I like that approach because anybody with kids knows if you could play a game with your kids, it's all the better. You know what I mean?
Right, and it introduces your kids to your childhood stuff. Because me and my boys, we played Lego Star Wars, we played Lego Indiana Jones, we played Lego Marvel. So like all the stuff that I was into as a kid, they played, and they grew up knowing these characters.
Yeah, 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 and it helps introduce kids to Star Wars, kind of the way Jar Jar Binks and Ewoks do, which
Right.
that's why I'm all game for them. I already had and I knew Force Unleashed would be on there because you spoke about Force Unleashed before.
Right.
It was a great game. Second one was better gameplay, but it lasted 10 minutes. You started the game and it was over, and I guess the reason is the guy that was head of that game got into it with somebody at LucasArts and basically shortened the game by like 10 levels. So it was literally only like 4 levels. So you spend $60-$70 on a video game.
I bet you they charge the same price for it though.
Oh yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying. I was pissed, and I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, well, they got to have the third one coming out soon then, right? Nah, never a third one because that guy bailed on him and put out a shitty game. So that was definitely up there. One of the other older ones that I love was Star Wars Bounty Hunter. This game, oof. If you don't have it, if you haven't played it, and you got a PlayStation, you can go on the PlayStation Network and get it for free. So I suggest you do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fun. If you can tolerate the graphics, the PS2 graphics, you'll have a lot of fun
Right.
with that game. And it explains the backstory a little bit of Jango Fett, how he became involved with Darth Tyrannus and the clones and all that, and how it's basically it's if you want to play a bounty hunter and have the action and all that and a little story in there. I mean, you're flipping around, you're using your jetpack, you're using different guns. And the cool thing, one of the things I liked about it is all your enemies, you can go into your helmet, scan them to see if they have a bounty, and then decide whether or not to take them dead or alive. They have different prices on them. So that's one of like the bonuses in the levels. Cool cinematics in between levels. It was dope. My next one, which I still play, Star Wars Galaxies. It's an MMORPG.
This is the one you're always telling me about, right?
Yeah, I also play. I also told you about the Old Republic, which is it's more of a Warcraft type game. They call it a theme park. It's okay story wise. There's some cool story in it. Star Wars Galaxies, though, you create a character, and it takes place during the original trilogy. I think it takes place between episodes 4 and 5. So you're basically you create a character and you pick a profession or whatever, and you live in the Star Wars universe. I mean, you build your house, you furnish your house, you build your armor, decorate, paint your armor, all that stuff. Ship, you buy your ship, you deck out your ship, put all the, weapons, engines, hyperdrive. It's crazy. And
very customizable, just like an MMO.
It's
just like
the
a
premier
good MMO should be.
Yeah, this is the one that set the standard. So the game basically depends on it's commerce. Like there's an economy in game. So without players, it doesn't work. What happened was Sony Online Entertainment took it over and just butchered it to the point where they had to shut down in 2011. And it's the first MMO to ever be just completely taken down. Because there are MMOs from 10 years ago that you can still play. So it's pretty crazy, man. I love playing it. What happened was though with sorry, my phone was going off. A couple guys got together and rebuilt the game on using the old engine, and now you can play it for free online. It's called Star Wars Galaxies Legends. And as long as you have a hard copy of the game, you can play it. It's pretty dope. So, you ever want to get down, dude? I'll send you a copy.
Oh, okay. So it's not free.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's free. I'll send you the copy for free. I don't need mine anymore. It's already uploaded. My number one of all time, though, and I think it's the greatest game of all time, is this one here.
What game is this?
This is Knights of the Old Republic. And the fact that you haven't played this one breaks my heart. Because
I may have. That's the thing, because it looks familiar.
yeah, so it was on Xbox, and so when I played this game, I locked myself in I didn't plan to, but it just happened. I locked myself in my house for like 5 days straight, didn't do anything but stop to eat and sleep. And even then I would only sleep like a couple hours. It's a very long game, very immersive story. And there's a crazy twist about 2/3 of the way into the game. It's crazy. Like I lost who I was. I literally thought I was this character. That's how immersive that game is. I'm not going to give away the reveal because I'm hoping you'll play it one day. You could actually get it on your iPad or whatever now. They got it. You can download. They made it playable for that.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it's awesome. It's
I probably
definitely the best.
like I said, because it looks very familiar.
Yeah, definitely the best video game I've ever played, in my opinion. So, yeah, those are mine right there, man. We're gonna bounce.
Cool.
We're gonna bounce out of here, though. I'm sorry about the glitches, people. We're still in the kind of, early stages of creating this channel. That's why we haven't done the Midichlorian Mafia podcast yet, because that one I need to be perfect. You know what I mean? No glitches, but I appreciate everybody tuning in. Anyway, it's awesome. Especially you, Melissa. Thank you so much. This is us, man. We're trying to get
Appreciate it.
You want to close out with anything?
No, man, I'm good. Let's
You
close out
good?
with Sly. Let's end it
Let's
on
see,
Sly
yeah.
again.
Yeah, we're gonna leave you with some words of wisdom from Sly. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Hey, I
Guys,
don't
have
know
a great
about you,
night.
kid,
Good weekend.
but Hokey religions and those ancient weapons are no match for a good old blaster by my side, kid. I've been telling Apollo this. I mean, not Apollo. Sorry, I've been telling Chewie this. For a while there. Apollo.